Hello everyone and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast powered by TSH Tennis. The last four standing at Roland Garros. Jakub Mensik, Alexander Zverev, Flavio Cobolli and Matteo Arnaldi. What a lineup we have for us in the semis. And Aryna Sabalenka just might have given us the biggest choke of all time. We're going to talk about all the quarterfinal matches and so much more. But before we start, I'm Yousef.
Hi, I'm Ismaeel.
Hey guys, I'm Haroon.
We have to start off with the one, the only, Sasha Zverev taking down Rafael Jodar in 3 convincing sets. You saw this coming. What did you think?
I did, Yousef. I saw this coming. Also, you saw this coming. We both had Sasha Zverev in 4. He did it in 3. Rafa was great. He came out with a bang. But Sasha Zverev, he's proving that he is who he is. Like who he is when you look at Sasha Zverev's stat sheet, his CV, everything that he does. Yeah. This is what you would expect somebody like him to do. And again, I talked about this before. If you go back and look at Sasha Zverev's history, since he started playing the main draw of this tournament, Roland Garros, he only loses to great players. The only player that he lost to in Roland Garros was Fernando Verdasco, and that is the only player that had not made the final of Roland Garros. Yousef, your favorite player. So that's that's the only guy. Other than that, he's been losing. He lost Dominic Thiem. We know Dominic Thiem, how great he was on clay. He was called the Prince of Clay. He was going toe-to-toe with Rafa. He beat Novak also on clay. And he has many big titles on clay. And also, he won a slam. So that's a great player and a good loss. The other losses are to Stefanos Tsitsipas, Ismaeel, your favorite player, who ended up...
Put some respect on Tsitsi's name.
He ended up making that final in 2021, that loss that Sasha Zverev had. Stefanos Tsitsipas made the final, and he lost to Novak Djokovic. But Stefanos Tsitsipas has 3 big titles on clay, 3 Monte Carlo titles, so he deserves respect as well. That's also a good loss. Casper Ruud made it twice to the final of Roland Garros, where he lost to Rafael Nadal and Novak Djokovic. And then he also lost to Carlos Alcaraz, who obviously is right now the king of clay, him and Novak, and he lost to Jannik Sinner. And that's it. And Rafael Nadal, obviously the king of clay, who, by the way, he was this close to beating him if he didn't rip off his ankle completely. So Sasha Zverev is a great player on clay. He's won many titles, many big titles on clay. And this is not only that, in general, his CV, he's beaten everybody He's beaten all of the great players we have in the sport that he could have faced. Everybody that won a slam in the last 15 years, he has a win over them. He has a win over the big 3, even Roger Federer. He's not here anymore. Rafael Nadal, he beat him in his last dance. He's one of the very few people to beat Rafael Nadal on clay. So this is not an average player. Like, why are we thinking of this man as an average player? Granted, again, I have to apologize. I'm one of these people that has doubted Sasha Zverev, but that came in comparison to Sinner and Alcaraz League. These are unbelievable. But when it comes to everybody else, put some respect on Sasha Zverev's name, okay? So I expected this and I expect more. I don't think anybody is going to give him any problems. And he has a positive head-to-head record against everybody in the draw right now. So Sasha Zverev was an easy pick for me. What do you think, Yousef and Ismaeel?
Yeah, I think it was an easy pick, but Ismaeel, 5 of the last 6 Roland Garros tournaments he's made to the semifinals. So do you think maybe you didn't give him as much respect as he deserved going into this match?
Yeah, I doubted him. I definitely doubted him because I thought that the pressure would get to him. And I think this match would have gone a very different direction had Rafa Jodar served it out at 5-3 and he takes that first set, the pressure starts kicking in. It's a different match, but Rafa couldn't handle the pressure. And Sasha, I have to give him all the props because he showed that he's a heavyweight champion. Like you have to be a heavyweight if you're going to knock out Sasha Zverev. Like he's so seasoned and so savvy. He'll take your first punch. He'll take your second punch. He'll take your third punch. And you have to stay there. Jodar couldn't stay there. He couldn't maintain the level. He couldn't maintain the confidence. He couldn't maintain the aggressive style of play. And Sasha eventually found his form. Now, I also want to say that Rafael Jodar looked like he lost some of his legs. He didn't look the same. There was less pop on the shots. There's also credit to Sasha for pressuring him and putting in tough positions. But I think the bigger story, though, is still that Sasha's a heavyweight. Sasha was peaking towards the end of the match. He was absolutely in control of the rally. He was crushing the ball from both sides. He was taking control of the point. This was the Sasha Zverev that I told you guys he's transitioning his game so he can beat Sinner and Alcaraz. He wasn't playing that way the first few matches, but he found that level and that style against Jodar, especially in the second and I think the third, which is perfect news for him. And I think if he can play this way, we have to say he's now definitely the heavy favorite for the title. If he's going to be this locked in, if he's going to bring this level and come to the net and volley, this is Sasha's tournament for the taking. Yes, young kids who can't maintain their level or their fitness, they're not going to be able to keep up, Yousef.
Look, Sasha Zverev, I feel like everyone's putting a spotlight on certain things because if we go back to Sasha is a choker, the sentence that's said, what is it based on? The US Open 2020 final when he's up 2-0 against Dominic Thiem. Outside of that, you want to go? Fine. You want to go this year against Carlos Alcaraz? That's something. But
no, also when he was just a couple matches away from becoming world number one, he had some bad results when he had a couple of good tournaments.
Okay.
Like, it's because of how pressure, also because of the double faulting that happens because when he feels the pressure.
But
those are the reasons, not just those 2 moments.
No, but you're deciding to nitpick because you're deciding
it's not nitpicking.
Because the decision is to not look at the positives and the positives
is in light of the positives.
He is a 2-time ATP Finals champion. He has won
Yousef,
many Masters titles you can't even think of.
Before you continue, Yousef, you are one of the guys that was a strong believer in Sasha Zverev winning a slam, even with Carlos Alcaraz and Jannik Sinner and Novak Djokovic in the draw. So we have to give you credit there for seeing that Sasha still has the potential to become a Grand Slam champion.
I also told you I expect him to win a slam over his career, and it might be this one. But he still has the monkey on his back, and he still has the pressure moments. He has been shaky in them before.
He has also proven that he is a champion of champions. He also has proven that I am an Olympic champion. I'm an ATP Finals champion. I'm a Masters champion. He's won everything under the sun except this slam. So if I nitpick and only show you that, you're going to say this is one of the best players ever. And Sasha, here he is, up against all these guys because Sasha, I said this before, Sasha in 2026 has no problem with anyone outside of Sinner, by the way. Alcaraz, that match, it wasn't a problem. It was 5 sets. He lost his legs in the end. Alcaraz is one of the most magical players that has ever lived. But outside of that, his problem has been Jannik Sinner. Nobody else has been able to touch him. No. So here he is going up against all these guys. For him, he's filled with so much confidence. He's going into that match, by the way, down 5-2, nothing. Go to a tiebreak, I'm going to win it. By the way, I'm 22-1 or something in tiebreaks at Roland Garros since
that's an incredible record in tiebreaks.
2019.
That's an incredible record in tiebreaks.
He is an alpha. But sometimes when you're an alpha and you go up, if I'm a great white shark and an orca shows up, the orca's the alpha now. But in other waters, when the orca's not there, I am an alpha. Alexander Zverev proved.
The only pushback against Sasha is against the big dogs.
Exactly, but they're not there. So why is everyone doubting him now? True. That's my thing. People are doubting him now, yet he has shown that whenever he is the only great white shark in the ocean, he has proven to be that great white shark time and time again. And even when others have been in the draw, ATP Finals, Olympics, etc., he has shown it. Sasha Zverev, what I saw from him is what I expected from him. He is one of the greatest champions we've ever had. And if he goes on to win this tournament, I'm going to be extremely happy for him because he does not belong in the conversation of David Ferrer and Thomas Berdych.
No,
he belongs to be in the conversation of the others.
Yeah, and I hope Sasha deserves it. We're all rooting for Sasha, by the way. But Sasha has rightfully been critiqued for some of his fallbacks and some of the not showing up in big moments. Like, to say that they don't exist is also not
I didn't
doing
say they
justice.
don't exist. I said people decide to only look at one side instead of taking
No, you're
the
saying
entire...
where does the feedback, where
No,
does the
I'm
pushback
saying,
come from?
Yeah, because people, when they have that conversation and this argument, they tend to forget the other side of what he has accomplished in the game of tennis. They only focus on the negative, even though the glass is completely full on the other side if you look at the other positives. But, you know,
It's
guys,
his for the taking now.
It's his for the taking.
He's an elite player. And by the way, since Vienna last year, again, like you said, to build off of that problem, his only problem, or his biggest problem, is definitely Jannik Sinner. The only losses that he had that were non-Jannik Sinner were 3. Was Carlos Alcaraz in the final of Australian Open, and then Kecmanovic and Cobolli. That's it. That's it. Since Vienna last year, he's only had like 2 bad losses. One, Kecmanovic, which is in a final set tiebreak. Like, come on. So in terms of normal level, non-Sinner Alcaraz, the guy's elite, and it's completely ridiculous that we don't consider him.
He's been having an amazing 2026 season, Haroon, I think. Like, if you take, like, the problem is there's Jannik Sinner in there that is making his life feel like it's not as rosy as it should be. Yeah. But obviously Sinner's doing crazy things, but so I think Sasha's doing amazing. I think he should be respected more. Haroon, you think the same. Ismaeel, you do too. But, you know, sometimes I feel like people focus on the negatives more than the positives with him. But let us know, guys, what do you think of Sasha so far? Taking down Jodar, was that impressive? Did you expect him to do this, or did you expect Jodar? Let us know in the comments. We really like to see what you guys have to say, especially about matches like this. And subscribe if you haven't. It means so much to us.
Yep.
You know, while we were talking about the biggest match, which is Jodar against Sasha Zverev, the second biggest match we had for us was maybe the most exciting in terms of what the future may look like with this win. And Jakub Mensik against Joao Fonseca, Ismaeel. It was a battle of 2 guys who have shown that they have the potential to eventually go on and achieve the biggest things we have in the sport. And it went completely the opposite of how you saw it going. Jakub Mensik takes down Joao Fonseca in straight sets. What did you think of what happened?
Well, you also had Joao, didn't you?
Not in straights.
I didn't have him in straights either.
Yeah.
We both had him in 4, if I remember. So, but I this is one of the matches where I walk away and they both come out looking awesome. Like, this felt like
both come out looking awesome.
Yeah, they both come out for me looking great because this was a
yeah.
I think this was a very positive match. They both look great. Like, Joao can come out of this match and still feel very proud of himself for that match, also for the tournament. And Mensik was unbelievable. This was magnificent. He was amazing. The serve also with the roof closed just sounded like thunder. Like, every time he cracked down, it was like, what is this? This is lightning. Every time he connects, it was unbelievable. He was amazing. And the backhand, I can't think of, there's so many nice backhands on tour now. I don't know which backhand I love the most. Like, I told you guys, I love Sinner's backhand. I think it's the best on tour. But then I watched Novak's, and I'm like, well, I forgot how great Novak's is. But then you look at Mensik. Mensik is just so smooth with it. Like, and he's so balanced. You can't knock him off. Like, I don't think Fonseca was able to win any points going to Mensik's backhand. He was absolutely dominant with the backhand. And, you know, not people knocking Mensik's forehand, and it's not as aesthetic as the Mensik backhand, but man, oh man, he was clutch with it, and he was ripping it, and he was going for it. What I love about Mensik is that he's just gonna go for his shots, man. He's moving forward. Like, this guy has ice in his veins. He's unfazed. It's unbelievable. And the way he was volleying yesterday, I was just like, I was rooting for Joao, but I was like, this is magnificent. I love what you're doing right now, Mensik. This is glorious. I can't remember the last time I saw someone volley that well, aside from Alcaraz. It was brilliant. He was picking up half volleys, touch volleys, forehand, backhand. He was incredible. He was moving all over the court like he was nothing. He was flying. He was unbelievable. He was unplayable. It was, the first set he stole it and he won it because he controlled his nerves better. Second set, he stole that break. Fonseca was up 40-love. He came back from 40-love down. He stole that. Joao made a couple bad, careless decisions. Boom, it was over because you can't break Mensik when he's serving like that. I think he was 70+ on his first serve percentage. First 2 sets, he was 80% plus. He was amazing. He was amazing. It was unbelievable. Joao didn't have his legs, didn't have the power. Maybe the roof closed also didn't allow him to hit through the ball. He's a bit fatigued. But Mensik was the better player. He deserved to win. And there was a great fight in that third set that Mensik again proved he's icy. He's icy. He went down to break twice and broke back immediately. He had 6 match points that he didn't convert. And he still went in and won that tiebreak. Yeah. Mensik is ice, man. He doesn't care. Yeah. And he's going to go for his shots. Double first serve. He doesn't care if he's going to double fault. So impressive. So impressive. Like, Fonseca, he didn't bring the level of Novak or Casper, but credit to Mensik because he was unbelievable. I loved every second of what Mensik showed.
Yeah. You know, Haroon, a few days ago, you dropped a video and said it's time to put some more respect on Jakub Mensik's name. Do you think now people are going to put that respect on his name?
And that was a timely video. He was in a wheelchair 3 matches ago. In a wheelchair, Haroon.
yeah, that was definitely insane. Yeah, so I thought we should put more respect on Mensik's name. And again, like when I drop these videos, I also think I'm talking to myself as well. I'm telling myself that same story because So the thing about Mensik is that he wasn't hyped enough, or he wasn't getting the same excitement as Joao and Rafael Jodar. It's because when you watch him,
because he's not as flashy, Haroon, as the other guys.
He's not as flashy.
Which is but unfair. But Lerner Tien's getting some love too, and
yeah, but Lerner Tien had some. Because maybe he has some feisty, enjoyable rivalries with Medvedev, and he also has some big wins, and it's a bit different. But Mensik, it's maybe you don't watch him and you feel, wow, he doesn't have a big personality. Also because maybe Lerner Tien is American, he's from Czech Republic, he's not getting that same publicity. But also, other than that, like Jakub Mensik, maybe especially that matchup against Fonseca. Fonseca beat him twice before. He beat him in the next gen ATP finals, and then he also beat him in Basel, where then Fonseca went on to win that title. So he had essentially a 2-0 record against Fonseca, had a 2-0 record against Mensik, which made him a little bit more of an underdog. It's when Fonseca came off winning, beating Djokovic and Casper Ruud, who are like the king and the prince of clay, at least during in 2026. So Mensik wasn't getting a lot of hype. Mensik is not seen as a superstar. But if you look at Mensik's resume, he has some crazy stuff on his resume. He beat Novak to win his first ATP Masters 1000. That is wild. That is crazy that we do not put that as a headline every time we talk about Mensik. That's something that we sweep under the rug. And again, I am one of these people sometimes that I fall into the trap of don't give that enough respect. But that's huge. You beat Novak in a Masters 1000 final, the guy that won all of the Masters multiple times. Even if it's a different surface, you have to give him credit of taking down the biggest champion of all champions.
He's a giant slayer, Haroon. He doesn't fear anyone. He is a giant slayer.
Yeah. So
true.
What he did also with Mariano when he had to get picked up by a wheelchair, and then he took down Rublev in nice, convincing fashion. Some respect has to be earned there. Some respect has to be given. And also he took down Demon. These are really solid wins. Really good wins. You have to be a really good player. It's not a fluke. It's very tough to beat Rublev in a lucky way. It's very tough to beat Demon in a lucky way. You have to bring your A game every single point. They're super fit. They have great fitness, they're great mentality, and they're so consistent. So you have to prove that, hey, I am a very good tennis player. I have to have good serves, good returns, good volley, good fitness, good slice, good variability. So it's not like where you can just I have a big forehand and I'm going to win. No, you can't do that. So I saw what he did, his body of work, and then and his resume of beating Novak and going deep into big tournaments. I thought he's going to take down Joao. I didn't think he's going to do it in straights. I said in 5. The fact that he took it in 5 was unbelievable. I think everybody wanted it to go 5 because they were playing electric. But credit to Mensik, man.
Wow Zhao was serving for it. He did have set point in that fourth. And Mensik had the leg. He said he was complaining from his leg. Like, it looked like things might change. And it looked like it could go 5 in just a change of a second.
To be there,
like, he couldn't break him in the first 2 sets.
It felt like it needed a 5.
It felt like he broke him twice. Like, this is the moment. It's going to go 5. It did feel like that.
Stone Cold killer. He deserves a lot of credit.
Stone Cold.
He's a fabulous player. He's asked to be a little bit more charismatic, though, for us to like buy into him a bit, because come on, man, give us some charisma there. You're like, okay, I understand you don't want to celebrate and stuff because you want to focus on the win, but come on, man, this is entertainment at the end of the day. You're losing me.
Yeah, he doesn't play with the crowd as much. And
you make a good point, Haroon, because that is something. Like, after he won that match against Fonseca, like in the on-court interview, like, he said, I'm still focused on the match. I'm locked in. But that's when people want to see the personality. And people that understand that, it really makes them bigger stars. And they give them the respect that they deserve. Sometimes they even overhype them. But
maybe he's not very comfortable in English either.
I think his English is perfectly fine.
He's not that comfortable in English.
But Yousef, remember when we have this conversation sometimes where Yannick Sinner started to show more personality after he won multiple slams. So it's like, when you win, then you earn the right to share more of your personality.
But he does stuff. He does dances with his girlfriend on TikTok and stuff. So I'm like, where is it? But but back to him and his amazing level. Like, we asked this question recently about Jakub Mensik, and is he getting the hype that he deserves, or is he getting the respect that he deserves and all that? And I said he's done so many different things, but the one thing that he hasn't done at this age that others have done is a deep run at the Grand Slam. And lo and behold, RG 2026, he goes on to the semifinals, and therefore he has completed the checklist of a young player that deserves the respect, deserves the hype, deserves the recognition of potentially becoming a superstar and fighting for the biggest things we have in the sport. Masters champion, like you said, Haroon, against the GOAT. Taken down Yannick Sinner this year, one of the very few. Over double-digit wins over top 10 players. And then when you go back and you look at all these semifinalists and you look at the runs, he probably has the most impressive one. Because taking down Druget in the first round, fine. But Navoni, a very tough match. By the way, that's a seeded player last year at RG. Then you go to Demon, Haroon, top 10 player, one of your boys. Rublev, my boy, playing some amazing tennis. And then here you have Fonseca. Back to back to back to back. And I'm not even going to bring up the fact that he was pulled out on a wheelchair and he was cramping. And he was cramping in the post-match press against Fonseca too. All that being said, all these things that you list, if you give them to a name like a Fonseca, if you give that to Etienne, if you give that to Jodar, you would be hyping them to there and back again. But he's not getting it. It's about time he gets it. He has everything. He has no thing that you can say he doesn't tick the box. He ticks the box in every category. Yesterday he showed us he's clutch. I thought maybe he doesn't have the feistiness and the heart. That can't be said. After what we've seen in Paris, that can no longer be said.
That's a new thing.
That's
a new thing.
Exactly, but we can't say it.
Because last year,
he pulls out like crazy.
Not just because he pulls out. Last year, up 2-0 in the Australian Open and lost. Up 2-0 in the French Open, lost. In the 5th set of the US Open against Blanchet, he lost. So he had a knock on him that he wasn't digging as deep and he wasn't clutch. That's also why I thought Fonseca is favored, because Fonseca is not afraid of the moment. But you could also say he's beaten Novak in the final, like Haroon said. So he has the counter arguments, but in the slams, he hadn't shown that gritness and toughness that he has.
Which is my point. My point is...
No, you're saying about the deep run, because none of them have deep runs yet. This is the deepest Wow Zhao has gone, deepest Jodar has gone.
We saw Lerner go deep.
Lerner, yeah.
We saw Lerner go deep, and we were talking about others. We saw... Lerner, whenever we expect, like when there's a big hype around someone, it's usually during slam season. And by the way, maybe Fonseca didn't have a deep run, but he had that big win over Rublev when he was top 10.
Yeah, and
he beat Khashanov, who was a seeded player.
That moment, by the way, also just to show
and he beat all
where
the next gen
Mensik
guys in the next gen ATP finals.
When Fonseca, remember that was a flurry, because Fonseca was the first to beat the top 10 seed when he took down Rublev. The next day, Lerner took down Medvedev.
Exactly.
And that same day, in the next round, Mensik took out Casper Ruud, who was seeded 6 at the time.
Yeah.
So they all, but it was Fonseca was the first big shock.
Fonseca beat them all in the next gen
Fonseca
ATP
has the wow
finals.
factor.
I'm telling you, Ismaeel.
Yeah, and Fonseca had those wins in the next gen finals, but like as it stands now, nobody has any argument to make as to why Jakub Mensik is not lauded as this next big
But
thing.
I want to ask you, have you seen anyone volley better than him at the French Open this year?
Fonseca.
You know,
Fonseca.
Fonseca.
that 5-all game in that third set,
That's going to masterpiece.
that 5-all game in the
Masterpiece.
third set made no sense.
5-all in the 5-6 one.
I wanted another set. It didn't happen. But, you know, Mensik, hats off to him.
Mensik was
Hats off to him.
Mensik.
And I'm not.
I didn't know he had this
gas
level.
is done. Gas is done. Gas is done.
Yeah, me too.
Nope. Gas is
I
not.
thought after he said the leg, I thought we are going to see a 6-2,
Yeah.
6-2 and we go to 5.
Yeah, that's true.
But he has, like you said, he showed the heart. I have never seen him volley like that. I didn't know he could do that.
Well,
That was incredible.
It's very, what he's done this tournament is very impressive and is to be commended, and he should be talked about now with the guys that are capable of being the best of the best in the game. But, you know, before we move on to making our picks into that semifinal, I do want to say, wow, Joao Fonseca. Every single few days, whenever it just randomly pops up in my head, the fact that he beat Novak Djokovic and Casper Ruud back-to-back in Roland Garros is something that is not talked about enough. It is a historical feat.
It's not fair.
It is a historical feat, by the way. I know it might be forgotten, but I won't, because I think those 2 rounds, going up, Haroon beating the GOAT, and then your boy Casper Ruud in back-to-back matches is something that I think is super, super, super special for him.
Also Prismic, man. Also Prismic was a good
But
win.
Prismic, but those 2 wins, because
I think
Novak is the best to ever live, and Casper Ruud is one of the best clay court players that we have seen in the past decade.
2-time Roland Garros finalist. It was unbelievable. His level was truly, truly unbelievable. You feel bad for him that he had such a tough route. And even though Mensik deserved to win.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think of Jakub Mensik's run so far, what he's done at RG. Does he finally deserve the respect that nobody's giving him? Is he a superstar in the making? What did you also think of Fonseca? Let us know in the comments. And if you haven't subscribed, please do. It means so much to us. With all that being said, with all the praise that we have given Sasha Zverev, with all the praise that we have given Jakub Mensik, it is time to pick the person that will represent the bottom of the draw in the Roland Garros final in 2026. You guys ready to make some picks?
Let's go.
Not really, but let's go.
Then Haroon, let me come to you, because I don't know if I'm sure, but I maybe know who you're going to pick. Sasha Zverev up against Jakub Mensik for a spot, Haroon, in the Roland Garros final. Who ya got?
This is going to be a rematch, by the way. They just played in Madrid in 2026. It was a tough battle. It won 3 sets, but Sasha Zverev won that one. Sasha Zverev is going to win again. I think Sasha Zverev is feeling healthier, feeling more confident, has more legs under him, and I think Mensik is going to run out. I think Sasha Zverev is going to win this in straights. It's going to be fun tennis, but it's going to be straight sets. Sorry, Mensik. Well done.
Wow, Ismaeel.
Ooh, straights. You know, they're mirror images of each other. Both of them, huge serve. Both of them, amazing backhands. Both of them, shakier on the forehand.
Great movers.
Both of them fly across the court. But
Both of them are underrated as well on the net.
They're both underrated. Well,
Maybe
Mensik,
Sasha not so much.
yeah, Sasha's not really his thing, but Mensik showed me that's Federer-esque what he was doing against Fonseca. I really don't know who to go with, but I'm not going to doubt Sasha this time. I'm going to choose not to doubt Sasha.
Okay.
Even though for me, honestly, it's a coin flip. I think Mensik goes in with no pressure. I think still the pressure's on Zverev. I think if Mensik is going to find a way to steal the first set, things are going to be tricky. I think it's going to go 5. I think Sasha will outlast Mensik, but I think it's Sasha in 5 because he has more legs, more fitness to do it.
Oh my God, 5. Coming back to legs. Haroon, what did we say at the beginning of this episode? We said Sasha Zverev is an alpha. We said Sasha Zverev is a great white shark in the ocean. Just sometimes there are orcas such as Carlos Alcaraz, Novak Djokovic, Jannik Sinner. He is going to remind everyone that he's a great white shark.
Nice.
And Haroon, I'm with you again. We picked Sasha Zverev in 4 last round. We were wrong, but we were right on the win. I think he does this one in straight sets to prove to everyone that he is the great white shark that we believe
So
he
it's
is.
a unanimous Sasha Zverev.
Unanimous Sasha Zverev.
Very dangerous. Means that he's likely...
Who are you guys taking in this match?
He
Let
might
us know in the
lose.
comments.
That was a nice comparison, by the way.
Thank you.
Well, the top half of the draw, it's wide open since Sinner exited, and we have a bunch of Italians there. Yousef, we just saw Cobolli do what we never thought he could do this soon. Reach the semi-final after taking down Felix Auger Aliassime. Your thoughts on Cobolli?
But why would we not believe? Last year was in the quarterfinals of Wimbledon, and he loves the clay more than anything. And he is a champion, an ATP 500 champion. He has proven that he can beat the best. He has proven that he can beat everyone and win the Davis Cup for his country. Flavio Cobolli, at the beginning of the season, I told you guys, top 10 player. This is my guy. And by the way, it's just math when he goes up against Felix Auger Aliassime. I had him in 4. What did you had him in 4? Haroon, you had Felix Auger Aliassime, if I recall. But, Flavio Cobolli really just in straights. It comes down to math. He has an amazing forehand. He has an amazing backhand. Felix Auger Aliassime has an amazing forehand. He has a shaky backhand. A person that can generate winners off both sides, that is extremely fit, and at the same time can move the way Flavio Cobolli moves, and add on to all of that, I believe rises up to the occasion for so many times.
That's what I think the biggest difference maker.
He
I don't
rises,
think it's a story of just the ground strokes.
I'm telling you, that's the thing. That's something that Felix is going to have a big issue with. The fact that his backhand is an absolute liability in comparison with all the other guys. But when it comes down to the biggest moments, Flavio Cobolli, to me, rises up to the occasion. Even if he loses against Novak Djokovic last year in the quarterfinals, played incredible tennis when he was going up against the GOAT in one of his favorite castles. But here he is going up...
Wimbledon, this is the clay.
Wimbledon, in Novak's favorite castles. But here he is, Roland Garros, up against Felix Auger Aliassime. I thought he was the heavy favorite, and he continues to show us that why I believed he was going to make the final. Since round 4, I believed he was the favorite to make it all the way to the final.
I told you after the Tien win, Cobolli final.
Cobolli, he's the guy. He is the guy, and I believe he's broken into the top 10 now, which is amazing. That means my prophecy came to fruition. I love what he's doing. I think he's special. I think he's built for the big moments. Has the character. Haroon, you love characters. He has it. He has the tennis. This is what I expected to see, and it happened.
Haroon, does he have the character? Did you believe he was going to do it?
Thing is, I have to give a lot.
Well, you didn't. You had Felix, so you didn't believe. But are you surprised?
Coming back also from a set breakdown, Haroon.
To be honest, I have to give a lot of respect to Flavio Cobolli. I don't know, man. I just don't feel it. I just don't buy that much into Flavio Cobolli. But I have to give him respect. I was wrong, and I'm admitting it. And I think the bigger man is the one that admits that he's wrong. And I think I'm... No, but I don't know. He deserves a lot of respect. It's like I obviously picked Felix Auger Aliassime. I didn't think that Cobolli was going to make it this long. He did get a very nice route to this stage right now. I didn't think he faced anybody difficult until Felix, but he took down Felix convincingly.
The burner, Haroon.
Yeah, the burner, but burner on clay is like still, yeah, like he
Geneva champion.
Yes, but still the burner, like I don't know. That match against Cobolli, I felt like he gave up a bit. He threw it away. I don't know what was happening. Cobolli handled him so well. But you have to give Cobolli a lot of credit because, like you said, he's good on generating winners from the both wings. He's moving really well. He's very fit. He has a decent serve, and he's he's solid. So he can stay in the rally really long, and he can generate power off of it. So he can play really hard for quite some time. So he deserves a lot of credit for that. But he still has one win, like only one top 10 win, and he's like seeded 10 right now. Still, I need to see more from Cobolli. He has a lot of stuff in his resume, but I don't know. I'm not on the hype train yet for Cobolli. You guys respect him. He deserves a lot of respect, but God knows what's going to happen in the next match. But he deserves a lot of respect.
Yeah, well, guys, I told you from the first moment I saw Cobolli on tour, I told you he has top 10 potential. Because I think he has the game. I think he has the flash. And even, I don't know if you don't buy into his game, his tennis game, he's just an alpha on court. He believes he belongs. He moves really well. He has no apparent weaknesses, and he goes for his shots. And we saw that time and time again last year in the Slams. We saw in the Davis Cup how much of an alpha he was. In the biggest moments, he was shining. Today, I think it was more of the same story. When it comes down to crunch time, he's ready to go for his shots. Auger Aliassime is playing a little bit afraid. He doesn't want to swing through. He doesn't want to go for it. Flavio's going to go for winners. He's a shot maker. That's who he is. And that's why I believe he deserved the win today. That's why I'm not surprised that he's in the semis, actually, after the draw opened up the way it did. And I did not expect him to make a slam semi this early, though, because I didn't see the top four. I didn't see him amongst the top 4, 5, 6. He's a top 10 guy for me, but he doesn't have the weapons. But I guess sometimes when you're just solid enough and you're charismatic on court and you go for it,
and when the chance comes,
you're ready. And also, Cobolli's a very streaky player.
Yeah.
And like when he's down, he's down, and when he's on fire, he's on fire. Right now, he's on fire.
Yeah. Yeah, we saw it in that Zverev match. Up 5-1, tiebreak.
That was going to be an all-time joke, that Zverev match.
It was.
But again, he showed up in the tiebreak.
Exactly. He shows
like
up
he does his thing. So Cobolli is he's a serious player.
Yeah. Guys, let us know what you think of Cobolli so far. Do you think he's going to go all the way, maybe even win this thing, or at least make it to the finals? We think he's special. What do you think? Let us know in the comments.
Well, guys, in the battle of Mateos, Arnaldi goes through. Yousef, Berrettini's body, though, did let him down. Your thoughts? Did Arnaldi deserve to be in the semifinal today?
Deserving is not even in the question. Of course he deserved. He was the gladiator of all gladiators. But, you feel for Berrettini right now. Because this man, his body has been breaking down on him for so many years now. Especially at this specific tournament. 2021 made the quarters. Then he stayed 4 years missing because of injury. And here he is back making it to the quarters and his body breaks down again. So prayers up to Berrettini, because I hope he's healthy for Wimbledon, because I believe he's going to be a threat there for a deep run. That's about Berrettini. I love him, by the way. One of my favorite players out of that generation. But
we all wish Berrettini well. It was sad to see him go, but hopefully it's an injury that he can recover from.
I hope he didn't push too hard. I hope he didn't push too hard and decided to stop it early so that he has his chance to play Wimbledon. But Matteo Arnaldi. I don't even know what to say about this man, because I was telling you guys while we were watching, is this the man who we can say has the best fitness of all time in tennis? It's become that, because this is the marathon man exactly as you expect it to be. 19 hours and 42 minutes. The longest time anyone has ever spent on court to make it to the semifinals of a Grand Slam by a margin. So that says everything you have to know about him, about his fight, about his heart, about how much he digs deep to push through. We saw it against Tiafoe. You see it again now against Berrettini. It makes no sense.
It's 7 hours more than Rafa's 07 title run.
It makes no sense that he spent all this time, and he does not give up. And so many times, and we were listening on the call, Ryan Harrison was saying, like, he just asks the question and asks the question again and again and again. He has the fitness. He moves so well on the court, and he doesn't give up. And at the same time, he can give winners off both sides. I love this run for him. I'm so happy for Italian tennis that Sinner lost, but they have this hope now. They're eventually going to get a finalist in Roland Garros. But hats off to Arnaldi. He was the man who was down 3-love in that first set. And he
3-love and game point down. It was supposed to be 4-love. Berrettini should have had the first set in 20 minutes.
Exactly. He changed it completely. He fought. You're like, this man, his legs are gone. Not the case. Fought through, deserving. Even though Berrettini went down, I know, after 2 sets, but he's the deserving person to go to the semifinals. By the way, I'm not so convinced that it's going to be a cakewalk for Flavio Cobolli. I don't even know what I'm going to pick before we make our picks. But he now has extra time to rest. And that's going to be dangerous going into the semis.
Haroon, you were the only one out of us that had Arnaldi going through. You said he's going to go through in 5. Well, that first set felt like it was 5.
Did I say 5? No, I don't think I said 5. I think he said straights. I think this is going to be in straights.
Arnaldi in straights?
We
have to double check. But you had
Go
Arnaldi.
back and check. I said Arnaldi.
I think I believe him saying Arnaldi in straights. Yeah.
Okay, then I confused that pick. But you had Arnaldi.
Or 5. We have to go back and check.
No, I said
Jimmy, please let us know.
I said Mensik in 5, and I said Arnaldi in straights. I said Berrettini is gassed. He's over. well done, Berrettini, but you're gonna be gone. And I was right.
He was gassed. He was gassed. Well,
and it wasn't
didn't look
straight.
like it for the first 20 minutes when Berrettini was running through him.
I think Berrettini was trying to squeeze everything. Yeah, he was trying to go off of aura and hype, and just like that's just history. But I didn't think Berrettini was gonna have anything left in the tank.
I don't think it was aura. I think he was playing well. He was crushing the ball. He was hitting winners.
Yeah, and then it was gone. He was playing great, but like in the beginning, as you said. But then I didn't think that was gonna last because Berrettini's been gassed. Like he's been playing so much.
Haroon, you said in 5. TSH Jimmy has confirmed it.
All right, so I was right. I told you. You said Mateo in 5. I told you.
You
said Arnaldi's gonna go 5 again. That's why I was shocked.
Did he? Then maybe off air I changed my pick or something. And then I'm
Doesn't count.
okay, it's fine. It doesn't count. Well, I feel like I'm losing my mind here right now because I felt like. Okay. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Arnaldi still won. Well done, Berrettini. The thing is, though, I'm sad for Berrettini as well because I thought Berrettini was gonna, he made a final before in Wimbledon, of course, and he lost to Novak. And when he was coming up, we always expected Berrettini to be in such a big stage many times. But obviously,
a semi-finalist Haroon at all slams except RG.
Yeah,
he was on pace to becoming one of those players that made the semis of all slams.
Well done to him. Like he showed consistency, and obviously the injuries didn't treat him so well, which is a shame because he's a fun player, especially when he was younger a bit, when he still had more juice. But I would have wanted him to go deeper because just Berrettini and just what he brings to the sport. But Arnaldi, man, come on, hats off to Arnaldi. Arnaldi is unreal. Arnaldi, by the way, is the surprise of the tournament to me because the way he took down obviously Berrettini right now, and the way he took down Tiafoe, that was an insane match. The guy has so much juice, and I love that players find themselves in such tournaments. I love that they discover more to their character that they didn't know that they had before, or maybe he did, but like they just keep their head down and just try to play their best tennis. I think this guy's been playing phenomenal, man, and I think this is unreal. We have a new, dare I say, superstar in the making because I think he's going to get a lot of confidence from this. He had some great wins in this RG run, and it's going to be spicy to see him play Cobolli.
Well, the thing I love about Arnaldi the most is that, first of all, he's such a joy. Like, he's smiling on court. He's smiling in the post-match presser.
He's fun, man. He's fun.
He's just a joy. Like, he's spreading joy with how he fights and how he plays. And the second, he's a fighter. This guy's a dog, man. Like, like when he was down 3-love in that first set, I was like, why even invest any effort in this set? Just, you double break down, just throw the set. Let's, be clean, go into the next one fresh, and that's it. But he's a fighter. And it was an amazing level. Make no mistake about it. That first set level was very high. That was a high-level tennis match that was going on. Unfortunately, Berrettini couldn't keep up. I mean, even after he had kind of like a medical timeout, Berrettini still was there. And then it looks like...
He had just broken.
Yeah. He broke back, so his body just gave up. It was a high-level match.
It felt like it was going to go 5 hours.
It did feel like that, and it's a shame that we were robbed of a potentially other great match.
Yeah.
Arnaldi, though, does need the rest.
Yeah.
But Arnaldi, you watch him and you think, well, he's a complete player. Yeah. Like, he goes for shots.
Took down your boy Tsitsipas, man. He took down your boy, former RG.
Thank you, Haroon, for bringing it up.
Grand Slam finalist.
Tsitsipas can be quite happy about his loss now. He just lost the semi-finals, and who knows, maybe potential finalists of Roland Garros.
Everybody that Arnaldi lost to a Greek sport, Tiafoe, Collignon, who took down Ben Shelton. Like, I think a lot of people would be happy.
There's an argument that he had the best run to the semi-finals.
I think so.
There's an argument to be had for him now.
I think Jakub Mensik, but sure.
Jakub Mensik had an amazing run as well, but I mean, because of Rublev and Fonseca. But if you look at since round 1,
Demon.
and Demon. You're right. Yeah, Jakub Mensik probably a bit better than this run. But this run was special. Arnaldi, I don't identify any weaknesses in his game. It impresses me more that he said he couldn't even practice until the Madrid tournament. It means that he's only been practicing for a month plus. Can you imagine?
Yeah.
And he's finding his form and he's finding this confidence. He goes for his shots. He showed some amazing drop shots today. He's moving incredibly well. His serve is pretty good, right? He can really whack it on that first serve. It's a complete match. The matchup against Cobolli is going to be electric.
Yeah.
It's going to be electric.
And something to him, by the way, because in this match, Berrettini at the end did withdraw or retired from the match. But that goes to Arnaldi because Arnaldi made him work so hard. And on serve, 15 breakpoint chances in 2 sets. That's not normal.
Not normal, especially.
He made him work so hard on serve.
A caliber of Berrettini on serve.
Exactly.
That's very hard. And he made him work hard 70. How long was that first set? It was at least 76 minutes, I believe. Like that was an hour and 20 minutes of, grinding.
Yeah.
So incredible effort from him.
Well deserved. So well deserved.
He's an incredible fighter. He was clearly gassed in the beginning of the match, or he was coming out flat. To find the level and to not give up, he impresses me so much.
He looked like he was gassed against Tiafoe, but he fought back. I love the fight. I love the passion that I'm seeing from so many different players.
Yeah.
We've seen it from Mensik. We've seen it from Cobolli. We're seeing it from Arnaldi. We saw it with so many other guys. I can name
so
them,
many
by the
other
way.
guys.
So many. Juan Cerúndolo.
Casper.
Juan Cerúndolo, man. Juan Cerúndolo. Oh my God.
Each one of these players, I think, unlocked something. Like they unlocked new levels for themselves by learning how deep they can dig. Each player in their post-match presser is talking about, I know myself more now. I feel I can go deeper now. I have a bigger belief in myself. Credit to Arnaldi.
Yeah, special stuff. Guys, let us know what you thought of Arnaldi.
Haroon was saying something.
No, sorry. Before we go, because this is wild. If you go back to from the beginning of this year, 2026, Arnaldi has been playing either qualies or he's been losing first round. So Brisbane, Australia Open, Indian Wells, Miami. He's been losing.
Injured, though.
No, but
he's said he's been playing injured.
That's unfortunate. But my second point. The second half to my point was it's wild. He's still playing injured, but then all of a sudden, once he removes that injury, boom, skyrockets and he's going to the roof. So this
is a man that has taken down Novak Djokovic. This is a man that has beaten the GOAT.
No, that's the other Arnaldi. Are both Arnaldis beat him? Are both Arnaldis beat him?
What Arnaldi? There's one.
Matteo Arnaldi. Arnaldi also beat him.
Matteo Arnaldi beat Novak Djokovic in Madrid. Okay, this is an absolute fact.
Okay, fine. Then Luca Nardi also beat Novak Djokovic. There are two Arnaldis.
What about Luca Nardi into the conversation?
Because I was confused about what you only said one Arnaldi. I'm also saying Arnaldi beat him in 2025. Was it? Yeah, I think last year. Anyways, it doesn't matter. Arnaldi's amazing, and I think this guy, dare I say again, superstar.
I think he's building a case to become a star, but superstar, I think we need.
Okay, superstar, fine, star. Okay, there, star.
Yeah,
that's a big case, but you know what? If he ends up making the final, and if he ends up doing more than the final, he's gonna have earned that right to be a star or even a superstar.
It would be unreal if he makes it.
It would be unbelievable. It would be one of the best comeback stories of all time. And well, it's time to make our picks, guys, for this incredible all-Italian semi-final. We have Flavio Cobolli on one side, Matteo Arnaldi on the other. You guys ready to make your picks?
Let's do
it. All right, let's go into it. For a spot in the Roland Garros final, Matteo Arnaldi against his good friend Flavio Cobolli. Yousef, who in the world's going through?
This was so easy to pick if the Arnaldi match had gone the entire match. If it went 3 sets, 4 sets, 5 sets, but it went 2, which means he's going to have time to rest, which means those legs are going to be able to recover. But I still believe Flavio Cobolli is going to be making the final on the top side of the draw. However, it is going to go down in 5 brutal sets.
5. Wow. Haroon, you have this one going 5 as well?
I think it's going 5 as well. Yes, I do agree it's going 5. But, Yousef, I disagree with you. I think it's Matteo Arnaldi that's going to take this and is going to make a semi-final. It is going to make the most of his title run, taking down Tsitsipas, your boy, Rafael Jodar, Greek sport, our guy from Christoph Rieken, and also Francis Tiafoe took down Berrettini and Flavio Cobolli to make it to the final. Let's go, Matteo Arnaldi.
Wow, that would be an incredible story. I honestly don't know who to pick. I looked at their head-to-head. It's 1-1. And they played a bunch of times in the Challengers. Arnaldi has the lead 2-1 in Italian Challengers where they faced off. So it is really a coin flip because I think these guys are mirror images of each other. It's kind of like the other semi-final. They are copycats of each other. Both complete games, both very good movers, both brave players. But Yousef, I'm going to go with you here. I think I'm going with Flavio Cobolli. I think Cobolli has that Davis Cup experience. I think he knows what it's like to win big matches, to win titles. I think Cobolli also believes that he belongs at the top of the game. It is seeming like it's his weeks. And also, he's a little bit less gassed than Matteo Arnaldi. I'm going Flavio Cobolli in 4.
Oh, 4. Okay.
4 tough sets.
We're going to see. Guys, let us know who you think is going to win this match. TSH Jimmy, who wins these matches?
Arnaldi.
Arnaldi in how many sets?
Arnaldi in 4.
Arnaldi in 4.
Okay.
And Sasha in 4. That means that both of those guys are going to lose because TSH Jimmy hasn't made one prediction correct
Congrats to
this
Mensik.
entire tournament.
Congrats to Mensik and Cobolli.
Congrats, Mensik, Cobolli. That's the final, guys.
You roasted the TSH Jimmy in front of millions of people.
Millions of people. That's funny.
Couple hundred.
Yeah. Anyways, moving on to interesting conversation.
It's going to be awesome. It's going to be fun, man. Well, this Roland Garros tournament is the gift that keeps on giving. Yousef, we just saw one of the craziest upsets in recent women's tennis history. Aryna Sabalenka losing up 4-1. Double break up. And getting bageled in the final set? What in the world was that?
This was simply the biggest choke of all time. This was the biggest choke of all time. For you to be up like that and then lose the way you lost, to lose it, and then get bageled in the final set is something.
How bageled?
Yeah,
how bageled?
Number one. You know, it was very weird because at 4-1, the game is a normal game. And then she misses a forehand. And then she misses another forehand. And then she starts screaming at her box, yelling at her box. And then frustrated, talking to herself, swearing at herself for whatever she was doing. And I'm like, what's going on? You're up a set and 2 breaks. This match is in the bag if you just hold on here. But she started to unravel and then got broken and then lost the set. And then you're like, if Schneider is able to get this break here in this 3rd set, she's going to win this thing. She's going to win this thing. This is over. And she broke her and she never looked back. And as much credit as I want to give Schneider, because mentally it requires so much from her to stay locked in and to believe that she can win it. But Aryna Sabalenka, world number 1, multiple-time Grand Slam champion, for this to be how you go out of the Roland Garros tournament is one of the biggest chokes. If I would say, this is the biggest choke of all time, and I have no explanation for it.
That's unbelievable. Haroon, I don't know how this loss can be explained. I don't know if you have any thoughts.
Well, I think maybe the theme for Diana Schneider was bageling Grand Slam champion. So she's not a stranger to bageling. She bageled Madison Keys just a few earlier rounds before that, where she gave her a bagel in the final set. So she loves doing that. But crazy stat here is that the last time Diana Schneider made a semifinal was in Adelaide earlier in this year, so like January, which is wild. So like she hasn't had the body of work to show that, okay, she's going deep and all. So Sabalenka should have easily taken down Diana Schneider. Like you said, she was up a set, double break, serving for it. That should have been routine work. I don't know, she came up with something crazy. Obviously, she unraveled, but that was unreal. But then Schneider showed that she was fighting and she wasn't giving up. She was making it harder. She made the unraveling of Sabalenka continue. And credit to her. She's like a beast.
It's credit to her, but Ismaeel, what? It makes no sense. And by the way, the draw is wide open for her to go win this thing.
I don't know. I know TSA Jimmy's really happy about that because he's a big Diana Schneider fan. I honestly have no explanation other than this is one of the biggest mental lapses I've ever seen. I can't.
Biggest choke of all time.
I don't know if I've ever seen a bigger lapse because of her stature.
3-1 Warriors up in the NBA Finals.
Like she's a world number 1 champion. Diana Schneider doesn't have the body of work like Haroon's saying. Even though
it's not even one break, it's double break.
It's unbelievable. But I do want to give credit to Schneider because she's such a solid player. Like she's always ready to grind. You know, she's just there, and she's more composed. And you know, it's awesome to see someone like her eventually get like a nice big breakthrough. It's just the way it happened. I've never seen something like this.
It's nice to showcase how mental strength and being mentally strong can actually get you over the hump in one of these biggest moments of your life.
Yeah.
That she decided to stay composed. She's the one who should have been unraveling.
Yeah.
You're down, it's over.
Double break.
You're the one who can yell at your box.
Double break, point down.
You scream, shout, let it all out, do whatever you want. But no, she's the one who was composed and the one that was winning. And like, Arina Sabalenka.
Like, I'm trying to remember.
I'm mind blown.
Have you ever seen any of the top dogs like, you know, Sinner or Alcaraz or the big three, Federer, Novak?
Name any world number 1 player.
Have you ever seen them like absolutely crash out like this? Like I can't. Nothing comes to my mind like that can be a similar comparison. The only thing that kind of comes. You remember when Alcaraz was 18 years old and he played Gaston in Paris in the Paris Masters?
He was crying when he was a puppy?
Yeah, he was a puppy. He was like 17, 18.
No, but
and the French crowd was like...
But that's not a fair comparison because we're talking about world number 1.
Yeah, he wasn't world number 1. But I'm saying it's Alcaraz, but like he was not Alcaraz yet. He was still a young boy.
No, that's not a comparison to be made. It's find the world number 1 who broke down this way.
But I'm saying that's the only one because he was 5-love up and then he lost that set, right? So
there's no explanation.
It's crazy.
I'm telling you, like if you can, and I challenge anyone to let me know in the comments. Give me one other match that you can think of that is a bigger choke than this all time. You can't.
Even in sports, I don't think you can come up with one.
I'm telling you, 3-1 Warriors.
Like 3-1, you're going to have to go 3-1 Warriors, 28-3 Falcons, Patriots. Like
I can go 3-0 Red Sox, Yankees.
Juan Masarundulu Sinner.
No, but there's a reason for it.
Yeah,
there's an absolute issue.
Yeah,
There's no issue.
I'm joking. I'm saying in terms of surprise.
Was she annoyed by the wind?
I'm going in terms of the odds because the Juanma upset was one of the biggest odds upsets. Yeah, numbers wise. Yeah.
But if you just remove numbers and you look at the matches, there's none.
But like, is this? But let me ask you this, by the way: is this a disappointing clay season for Arina Sabalenka?
By all means, yes, because she was here for the French Open. So I think yes.
Yeah, nothing else. But other than that, I think
like she's still the French Open eludes her still.
The thing is, I think this destroys her for a while. Like Wimbledon's around the corner. You never want a heartbreak at Roland Garros because it means you're not going to do jack in Wimbledon unless your name's Yannick Sinner.
Well, Yousef, we have seen quick heartbreak turnarounds now the past year. We saw Sinner heartbreak turnaround.
Yeah.
We saw Anisimova.
But what was the turnaround? She beat Iga, but she lost again. Like the turnaround would be maybe Iga losing early in RG than winning Wimbledon, but it wasn't heartbreak loss.
No, but Anisimova double bagel.
Yeah, I know, which is amazing. But you know,
is she ever going to win RG? By the way, because
anyone let me know in the comments.
Like
is there a bigger choke of all time?
Will
she ever win RG?
Like it's getting worse for her. She's struggling in the summer. I don't know, something weird about it.
Yeah, we're gonna find out what's gonna happen in Wimbledon. But yeah, interesting stuff. Please let me know if there's a bigger choke.
Well, guys, let's know who do you think is going through to the Roland Garros final. Mensik, Zverev, Arnaldi, or Cobolli. It's going to be such a fun, spicy semifinal lineup. We'll be here right after the semifinals to recap it all. Also, in the meantime, go check out our recent fun trivia episode we just released for the Roland Garros tournament. We think you're going to like it. It's a new format. It's going to be fun. Check it out. Let us know what you think. And in the meantime, subscribe. It means so much to us. And we'll see you right after the Roland Garros Semifinals.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.